there was a lot of obstacles actually being a woman in business, and which
That's
I
brilliant,
never, I
actually.
don't know if I was, yeah, I
I
don't
was
know
going
if
to
I
ask
was
that.
naive to that. I just never thought of myself as like, and this, kind of comes from like coming from like, you know, I guess a bit of privilege, of course. Like, I just was never, I never thought that like being a woman would hold me back in any way or would make things more challenging. I just was like, I actually just think women are brilliant and incredible and so
Hmm.
resilient. And I thought that it would do nothing but help. But um, we actually, one of our first factories that we were working with was with a lot of men. All men owned the factory, and the lack of respect that we really encountered, and um, kind of there, we had quality control issues in terms of the fabric was amazing, but the fit of the garments, and this was like way early on, they were so inconsistent. Like we have a spec that every panty is like to
Hmm.
spec, and you have a
Of
bit of
course.
tolerance. And this is with any garment, which we learned. It has to be this measurement, but you have a little bit of wiggle room, either big or small, because nothing's going to be exactly on point when you're producing hundreds of thousands of garments.
Hmm.
Um, but this particular factory was way off. I mean, like putting like a small waistband with a large body, like it just was not even close to what we agreed on. And this was during COVID, and I had to fly to that factory twice during COVID, once around the holidays, once in the fall. I had a quarantine, couldn't be with my family, and it was just a quality control issue that they weren't taking accountability for. And I was happy to be there going through all the inventory on my own, but even after that, they mixed it all up. But we were having a talk with them afterwards, and we said, I think this is a quality control issue. And they had the audacity to say to us, I think it's an expectations issue. And I can guarantee if there is a man in our seat, that would not be something that was said. And it was just like, we're in our early 30s, but just with older men not taking us seriously enough. And so that was super frustrating. And then we were like, okay, well, we're not doing this. Like, we're going to find a better solution. And we found another factory that we're working with now that is wonderful, so respectful, wonderfully run, like just love everything about it. And we're very lucky. But we had to make that decision, like, to uproot your entire manufacturing
Yeah.
is incredibly hard. It's such a long
Must
process.
be.
The
Yeah.
training that goes into it, finding another factory that's reputable, that's
Wow.
sustainable, that is ethical, like all of that. There's just a lot, and it's not easy to find them. So
Yeah.
that was like, that was an aha moment. Like, we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to accept something that we're not proud of. Like, we're not just going to be okay with you guys, missing the mark the majority of the time. And
Hmm.
like, quality matters so much to us. So that was something, aha moments. We were also in a pitch competition in the fall. It was with 500 women owned businesses. And I'm an introvert. I hate public speaking. I literally went into journalism because I didn't want to talk to anybody in person. I wanted to write. Um, so I never in a million years thought that I could get on stage in a pitch competition.
Wow.
We made it to the third round, which was in Washington, D.C. And it was 11 companies. And we were in front of hundreds of people and a panel of 11 corporate judges from like Target, like big name retailers. And I
Yeah.
had to get up there, no note cards, no presentation, me and the stage, and
Yeah.
give a 3-minute pitch about panic panties and why we are about our innovation, and then what we would use the money for. It was for $20,000. And we placed second out of these incredible women owned businesses. We won $10,000, which was like really phenomenal. And these women, I mean, I can't even stress how incredible these companies are and these women are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was shake. I mean, my heart rate on
Yeah.
my way there on the plane 2 days before the pitch was 120. Just thinking about it,
Wow.
it was off the charts. Like, I was so nervous, but um,
You did it though. That's
you
brilliant.
got to suck. You just suck it up and you do what you have to do and you overcome fear. And like, the biggest thing, I mean, regardless of like the win and all of that, was just that I showed myself like, okay, this is so funny. This is something that you thought you would literally rather die than do, and you
Mm.
did it, and you did it better than you thought you would. So that's another aha moment, just like that self-belief, and
Yeah. And
no
you've got that.
obstacle is too great. You find a way to overcome it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you've got that in your arsenal now. You can look back and go, I did that. And I think
I
that's
did
one
that.
of the things about overcoming a fear, and how every time, not, oh, overcoming an obstacle is, you can always look back and go, I did that, and it doesn't just exist in the moment, it carries on forward with you, and it's sort of
Yeah.
proof of what you're capable of, and it's yeah, that's really important.